It's Saturday night, so you must be watching another episode of the Delco Duo. I'm Monica Cryan.
And I'm Jenna Meisner. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on your weekend. We always love spending some time with you on a Saturday night. So if this is the first time you're watching, because I feel as if I'm hearing more and more, I have stumbled upon the Delco Duo.
Yes.
This is the first time that I'm watching. So I feel like I need to welcome in our new viewers. So hello.
And some of our viewers who used to watch us at the bars are now, that summer is over, actually tuning in. So
Watch our
welcome.
show.
You can hear us.
Watch our show at the bars. Let's just clarify, not me, Monica and I gallivanting around the bars. Although that would be a fun segment. Light bulb. Okay, so if you are brand new and you're watching us for the first time, what we do every Saturday night is we take your submissions. So our viewers, they send us in their issues and we help you solve them. So anything from love, family, coworkers, neighbors.
Neighbors.
You name it, we'll solve it.
So you send it in either our email or sometimes you DM us, and then you remain completely anonymous. We assign you a random town in Delco to be from, because who doesn't want to be from Delco? But you don't necessarily have to be from Delco. We had someone last week from Montgomery County, and that was fun.
It was.
We had a lot of fun with that.
We love all counties, and Delaware and New Jersey, we're talking to you too.
Exactly. But before we get to all of your issues, or one of our own issues, let's get to the debrief. This was brought to our attention by our boss, actually. And he said he was listening to our podcast because it's still in podcast form on Spotify, YouTube, and the web. You can just listen to it, taking it from TV, putting it as podcast form. So he's listening to it on Spotify, and this is what he sends us. And disappointing, Spotify. Disappointing.
December 1970.
See?
Edition with the Delco Duo. So that was the prior name before we just cut it to the Delco Duo for television. But again, Spotify format. So Monica, you are the part of us that's in charge of uploading to Spotify.
Yes.
How did we end up in the 1970s?
I don't know. This is not my fault. And Spotify, who I have contacted directly, Mr. Spotify.
Which I did not realize that you could contact
it's
Spotify directly, but okay.
It's just customer support at Spotify.com, basically.
You're making it sound, to me, Monica was making it sound like she was on the phone with the CEO of Spotify. She's like, oh, don't worry, I've contacted Spotify. This is going to be sorted out.
No, some guy, Marlon.
Okay, Marlon.
From
Shout
Spotify.
out to Marlon.
Shout out to Marlon. He's trying to solve all of our problems. I emailed customer service, and then he emailed me back and said, can you send me a picture? So I sent him this picture. I said, I just wanted to reflect the actual date and year. And he said, not December 1970. What was going on December 1970?
A lot of different things. The 70s, such a time.
Such a time to be alive.
I was doing some dives into history as to what we would be talking about if we were on in December of 1970. One of the most talked about pop culture moments from that month and year was Elvis meeting Nixon, President Nixon at the time. So maybe we would have been talking about that, solving some problems for them. But otherwise, the Beatles were breaking up, I think. So we would have had a lot of problems.
Nixon hadn't gotten in trouble yet. Oh, my goodness. What a time to be alive. So I tried to solve the problem. And basically, Marlon from Spotify said that our boss is the one who needs to reload his Spotify.
It's you, not me.
Yeah.
It's you, not me.
It's not us. It's not us. You need to reload Spotify into...
It's just so odd to me that December 1970, it is so specific. It is the specific year. It is a specific month.
The internet wasn't even created then. Really? Right? Like the internet wasn't even created in December of 19... How can we possibly say that our podcast was formed then?
We weren't alive either, so I don't know who was talking.
My parents weren't even married yet. I wasn't even a twinkle in my mom or dad's eye yet.
I don't know. I just love it. I just picture us doing this in the 1970s, and it just makes me laugh.
Groovy, baby. Isn't that what it was? Like, no, that's the 60s again. 70 was like, I don't know what the 70s were. Nixon and Elvis. But all right, let's get to our first problem of the day. We have Cam from Clifton Heights.
All right, Cam, what's going on?
Just in short, how do you break up with someone?
This is perfect off of the it's you, not me that we were just discussing about our boss's Spotify.
But Cam's saying it's not her. It's him. He says she hasn't done anything wrong.
Ooh, okay.
There's no red flags.
None. I'm being your hype girl right now.
So dramatic. On paper, we are very compatible.
Super
but there's
compatible.
Something missing.
What is it?
She's probably the nicest girl I've ever met. Cam, don't break up with her. Give it time. If you say that she's the nicest girl you've ever met and that there's no red flags and you're super compatible, why would you ever break up with
Because
this
something's missing.
something is missing, but you'll find it, Cam. You got to find it because let me tell you, it is not every day you bump into someone that you consider the nicest person.
See,
my husband does not think I'm the nicest person.
Oh gosh, me either. But I think that Cam added that to us to sort of soften this blow.
Oh.
Like he's saying, he doesn't want us to think he's a horrible guy. So he's saying, she's the nicest girl ever. He's softening the blow.
So he's already made up his mind how
he wants to break up with her, but he needs us to tell him how to do that.
Okay. Cam, my suggestion is don't break up with her, but if you have to, go ahead. That's you figure this out. I don't know.
I think it's worth a conversation. You have to find what's missing. He says he doesn't know what's missing. Is it emotionally, intimacy? There could be a number of things that are missing in a relationship, and he needs to be able to put his finger on that.
I just think it's going to be so hard to break up with someone. I mean, every breakup I have ever known, not even just my breakups, but all of my girlfriends.
In your breakup history, are you more the breaker-upper or are you more the broken up with?
I'm more the drama queen.
Which one is that?
When I had one breakup, because I had one boyfriend, like one or two boyfriends before my husband, I was the drama queen that was like, oh, we need to break up. Why are we breaking up?
You were the breaker-upper.
It was
a mix.
It was very much like back and forth. Like I broke up, then he broke up with me, and then we got back together, and then it got so messy.
Roles
by the
reversed
end.
a lot.
Don't make it messy, Kim.
I don't think this will get messy, especially since if she is the nicest girl and she doesn't have any red flags, I think that she's gonna take this like a champ.
I would sit down. I wouldn't write her an email. I would do it in person, obviously. That's my only suggestion I have.
Write an email?
Right? Don't text.
All right, let's talk about texting before we talk about writing an email.
Do it in person and just say everything that you're thinking, like, you're the nicest person I've ever met, and I really don't.
And because she's so nice, she might not want to say anything, and she might be thinking, actually, me too.
Yeah,
like
let's be done.
I agree that something's missing here.
Yeah, Cam, because obviously you don't appreciate me. That's what she's saying about Cam.
You need to talk to her, not us, Cam.
All right, next up, we have a discussion about email etiquette. So we obviously are going to tell you Jenna and I's own email do's and don'ts.
Yeah, what you should do when you're sending that email during work hours.
Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for that. And welcome back. You're still watching the Delco Duo. And next up, we've gotten through one topic. Now we have to talk about another one, but you're not necessarily happy with what I came up with for a name.
Yes, so let's take a look at who it is first. Mm-hmm. We're talking to Sabrina from St. David's.
I don't understand.
You're really cheating the system here as far as the alliteration. Sabrina from St. David's.
So the alliteration just isn't there. I thought you
could have been like...
She says coworkers who do not reply to email.
I'm trying to think of another S place in Swarthmore. Could have been Sabrina from Swarthmore.
Yeah, but
St. David's is kind of an easy way out.
The alliteration, I'm not tied to it. You know what I mean? It's just
a fluid thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I thought you were more upset with the fact that I used St. David's, and you're like, is that a part of Delco?
Well, I think that's also up for debate because the exit is St.
David's.
St. David's Villanova. I was thinking of Villanova. That's the exit on the Blue Route.
Well, it's still a part of Delco, and it's a town on its own, I believe.
Okay. I believe it's teetering that main line.
Oh, yeah. No.
Teetering the Chester County.
That's like part of Radnor, part of Villanova,
weird part.
and St. David's, very main liney. but still on the Delaware County side.
All right.
You wouldn't necessarily call it Delco, but it's on the Delaware County side.
We'll take it.
So,
Sometimes Monica can't be creative all the time. So
it's our 11th show. You start running out of options.
All right. Anyway, Sabrina says that she writes coworkers who do not reply to emails.
That was it. That's all she said.
That was it. Short and sweet.
Email ignoring. Sabrina, this is tough.
It's normal, I think.
But I think, yes, it's totally normal. And you gotta self-reflect. Are you sending out too many emails, Sabrina?
And what's the tone? What's the tone of the emails you're sending? They can have a tone. If I get a sassy email or if I get an email that I'm like, ooh, I'm going to let that marinate.
You really do need to self-reflect on yourself. How many emails are you sending out a day? And then within those emails, are you burying the lead? If you have instructions, if you have the important part of an email and you're burying it into like the third or fourth line, I'm already lost on your emails and I don't look forward to opening them.
So if I send you an email and I say, hey, Monica, how was your weekend? Hope you had a wonderful Labor Day down the shore.
Done.
Hope you had a fantastic time with your kids. You're done reading?
Done reading. I want your most important part in the subject line. I should already know what your email is going to say by that subject line.
Have you ever ignored a coworker's email?
No, not a coworker's email. I've had some emails sent to me from other people that I'm just like, this is above my pay grade. This is not for me, But that's more like in a distribution or
I don't
something that's sent individually to me. I'm always reading.
Right. I'm always reading, responding to individual emails that I receive. I feel like when we get events that we have to hit accept or decline, I'm like one of the first people that's always hitting like accept, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Very on top of my email, but there are certain emails that I will just pass on because we get so many.
Yeah.
But the Delco Duo email, delcoduo@phl17.com, keeps sending us those because we are loving them.
And we have not gotten any spam, nothing. Everything that's sent to us,
I delete the spam.
Oh, you do? Jenna,
I delete all the spam because we don't need insurance coverage for the show.
Oh, yeah.
We're good. Okay.
Every
You're an insurance company, leave us alone.
The amount of stuff that you get in an email. But yes, ours so far has stayed clean. Don't dirty it up, you insurance claims. So let's get now to our do's and don'ts.
I can't believe you thought that we got no spam. I've just been in there deleting it.
I can't believe you're doing that.
I'm keeping it clean for us,
good.
okay?
I guess that's good. But what if, okay. So here is a look at my do's and don'ts for email etiquette. And Jenna, I'm so interested to see if you agree with this. Put context into forwards. I can't stand when you get a forward and someone says, please see below, and I'm reading through like 15 emails backwards. You know how a forward is really kind of like
That's
started?
Me. I always say, just see below.
Oh, Jenna, no. Number 2, don't include quotes in the signature. And then we'll talk.
Agree.
No back and forth in distribution list emails.
So you mean don't respond all to an email that's met. So if we get an email to all coworkers, don't respond back to all coworkers.
Yes, and then start it back and forth and
make everyone read it.
So I'll go in to explain the back and forth in distribution. Like we have a newsroom email, and sometimes our boss, hey, he's listening, we'll send out an email and someone will respond back. And then he responds back to that. And then that other person responds again. And now all of a sudden it's a conversation that could have been put in a text message between my boss and a coworker.
I will defend our boss though. That does not happen often.
It does not happen often, but when it does, I'm like, can you guys just please text about this?
No, yeah, it's definitely like an A-B conversation. We can see our ways out.
Yes.
I have a little bit of a different email etiquette when it comes to it. Okay, so there is such thing as too many exclamation points. You can be excited, but let's not be too excited. Don't CC another coworker to get someone in trouble. When you add, you'll add your boss onto something when you respond.
Ruthless.
People will do that in corporate worlds and give someone up to 3 days to respond to your email. I think that's appropriate. 3 business days. So we're talking Monday through Friday. I think 3 days, you need to let them breathe. They probably have emails to catch up on. Anything longer than 3 days, maybe follow up.
I'm possibly one of the most impulsive people you will ever meet. And when I send an important email out, I want immediate response.
Well, that's the world we live in. Immediate gratification.
Oh my gosh.
You need to mark it with that high importance thing.
Ooh.
There's a high importance.
I've never marked a single email of mine high importance.
Well, have you ever sent anything that really needs that? Like what?
How dare you?
I can't picture an email that you're sending that has such high importance it needs the alert.
The weather today is important.
I guess so. Snowstorm, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be a way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But for Sabrina from St. David's, how would she go about?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Do a little bit of self-reflection, and then maybe ask your coworkers, oh, do I send too many emails out?
Yep. All right, there you have it, Sabrina. Coming up next, we are bringing one of our own issues to the table this week, and it has a little bit of a twist. We'll show you it coming up.
This will be fun. All right, welcome back. We're going to go a little bit off script. It's our 11th show, so we need to start mixing things up.
Yeah. So typically at this point in the show, one of us will have an issue that we talk about with you at home. So this week, we are going to bring one of those issues.
But it's usually I bring up my own issue, Jenna brings up her own, but Jenna's bringing up an issue for me. Apparently, I have so many that Jenna's now. Anyway, what am I crying about?
What's Monica crying about? So I'm just doing the job that was given to me upon taking on this show. I did not need your friends and family to reach out to me. I think you have enough issues on your own, but they certainly supplement and add to the problems that you have. So let me start by asking you just a simple question. What is your favorite yogurt flavor?
Oh my gosh. It changes all the time. Okay, right now.
What is your answer?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. You gotta be. Okay. I gotta pull out the receipts. So I received a text message earlier this week.
Why does my family keep contacting you with my problems?
And it was on Tuesday. It said, submission for Delco Duo. Hey, this is Eugene from media. Clearly, Eugene, Monica's husband, does not know how this show works because we do alliteration.
Anonymous.
Hey, this is Eugene from media. Am I the only husband who finds it impossible to buy the correct yogurt for my wife? Her descriptions are wildly different than anything offered at the store. Yet Eugene, now Monica tells me her favorite is vanilla. So who do we believe in this scenario? What yogurt are you requesting that Eugene cannot find?
So he got me. So I texted him and I said Chobani vanilla. So he gets, and this is what he always does.
The Chobani that threw him off, or the vanilla that threw him off?
It's the fact that I change it up every so often. Sometimes I'm Siggy's mixed acai. Other times I'm Chobani vanilla. So this time I said Chobani vanilla, and he gets me, because he clearly thinks I need to work on something. He gets me the low sugar.
Oh,
which is,
I was going to say light and fit. Now that's when you're.
Yeah, like something like that. But he got me the low sugar vanilla Chobani. Listen, I'm already eating yogurt because I'm trying to be healthy. Please don't take it the next step and get me low sugar. Just give me the sugar. I'm already miserable. I don't want to eat. You want to know what I want to be eating right now? A honey bun. I would love to be eating a donut. But instead, I am choosing to eat yogurt. Don't get me low sugar.
I'm confused because working with you for however many years now, I see often what you have for breakfast. And sometimes the yogurts you eat, you love key lime yogurt. Mm-hmm. You like Boston cream yogurt. Those are weird yogurts to like. So this is why I kind of sided with him. And I'm like, yes, Monica requests the oddest of yogurts. Vanilla, though, Eugene, I'm always team Euge. Vanilla's not that hard, buddy.
Well, he got me Chobani vanilla low sugar, and he got like 5 of them. And I tried. I pushed my way through.
They probably tasted so bad.
I was like, oh, I can't do this again. I'm already miserable. I don't really want to be eating this. So then I went and I showed him in store the real Chobani vanilla, just regular sugar that I want. But the problem is now that he knows it, my taste is going to change. I'm going to go back to the Boston cream pie light and fit Greek yogurt. key lime pie.
That is one that I've never really seen in the grocery store. I mean, you find the combinations. You then later put them on rice cakes sometimes.
I do.
You do weird things.
I'm trying to find any way.
You do weird things with your yogurt, but it's fine because that's what makes you happy. And
kind of happy. I mean, today I had Doritos and mac and cheese for breakfast.
It's all about balance. So then my question is, so if your partner goes shopping for you, what are things, I'm asking this to you, the viewers at home, please feel free to write to us and tell us your answer. If you send your partner to go shopping, what is something that they without a doubt will get wrong?
Will get wrong
And all the time.
will get vanilla or will get the yogurt wrong. And I'm so sorry, but initially I just get so annoyed. I'm like, oh, why did you get that one? Because now we have 5 yogurts in the fridge that nobody's going to eat, and you're going to make me feel wasteful if I don't eat them.
And he was clearly annoyed enough that you were annoyed that he had to reach out to me to bring it to this television show.
Because I didn't talk to him for like 20 minutes as I just opened the refrigerator and stared at those annoying yogurts.
Oh, I mean, I've had low sugar yogurt before. It is no bueno, unfortunately. No. So you got to get that right next time.
Okay, so I guess that's what I'm crying about.
That's what you're crying about, yogurt.
I will get better. I'm not going to get so moody about it. It's just yogurt.
All right,
Kelsey brings me yogurt.
She does, but it's expired sometimes.
I love when Kelsey baby brings me yogurt.
Coming up, it's one of the favorite parts of this show that we get feedback for. It's the trivia. Here's the question this week. Where did the phrase, "In God We Trust," on the U.S. coins or the dollar, you can see it there, originate?
Huh. This is crazy.
It's in Delaware County.
So where did the phrase, "In God We Trust," on U.S. coins and dollar bills originate? Can't believe it. But the answer is Prospect Hill Baptist Church in Prospect Park.
Yeah, this is so interesting. So if you're trying to picture where that is, you're a Delaware County resident or you're familiar with the area, Lincoln Avenue, right near Route 13, Chester Pike. It's just off of Route 13 along Lincoln Avenue.
Okay.
So, of course, all of the trivia we bring you, there could be people who dispute it, people who feel, that might not be true. A lot of this is oral history passed down. People say such things. Mm-hmm. But this was coming from a website, oldchesterpa.com.
But it wasn't.
So if you want to look it up.
But it wasn't "In God We Trust." The pastor said God,
liberty, law.
That's what he said to the secretary.
So in the 1800s, a pastor that worked at the church, he had contacted the then Secretary of Treasury, and he requested it to be God, liberty, and law be put on the coins, just because the state that the country was in, the Civil War.
Oh. So I was going to say, that's nothing like what is on the coin now.
Right. So a committee later settled on "In God We Trust," and then it first appeared on a 2-cent coin, and now it's everywhere.
Delco just making history left and right. It's so surprising, though, that, that this isn't more well known. I mean, for it to be Prospect Park, Delaware County, even Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool part of history that I don't think anyone knows about.
And the church apparently does have a sign out front kind of claiming that this was the birthplace of "In God We Trust." So if you're out and about in Prospect Park and you want to check that out, that's kind of cool.
They should make the sign bigger. Make the "In God We Trust."
With lights.
Yeah. Good idea.
Everyone know.
I love it. Love the fact.
All right. So how can people find us if they want to find us, Monica? We always talk about talking with us, so please send us things.
Yes. Email delcoduo@phl17.com. Please no spam.
We read it all. We even respond to some of you. So thank you as always. That's where you can submit your issues. Again, everything is completely anonymous. Now, even though we might know your name, we would never use your actual name on the show.
Yep.
And you can also reach us on social media, Instagram, Twitter,
and Facebook at Monica PHL17.
Jenna PHL7. What's my Facebook? Jenna Meisner TV, maybe. I don't know. Just look for me, Jenna Meisner.
Just Google it. Viewer discretion advised.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us.